So I went there because he's taking over from, I think from Paboja.
Sorry, I didn't get the last thing you said. You said it was the day she took over office. Which office?
At KGI.
At KGI?
Yes.
Okay. So you went where?
I went there.
Where is that?
At KGI, her office.
Okay. Where were they at the time? Where was KGI office at the time?
At the Standard Chartered building.
Okay. You went there for what purpose?
Just to make sure that she has take over.
There is a takeover?
Yeah.
Who was taking over and who was handing over?
Pabojans should hand over to Wale. Wale was taking over, and then Pabojan was handing over.
Why were you needed? Why was it necessary for you to be there?
Just to witness it.
Why?
No, because I was asked to make sure that Pabojan hand over to Wale.
Who asked you?
The president.
What is the connection of KGI to the president, as far as you know?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Did you ask him why you should be there?
No.
You were Director General NIA?
Yes.
Was Bojang in custody?
No, he was not in custody.
Was there any criminal matter associated with the taking over?
No.
So why was it necessary? I still don't understand, for you to be there.
I don't know.
Why did the president ask you?
To go?
What was the president's interest?
I don't know. He just asked me to go and make sure.
Who else was there?
I went alone.
You didn't go with any officer?
No. Went with my orderly and my driver.
Did you deal with Warrenjai after that?
No.
Did you take any files with you to NIA?
No.
What about Pabojang? Are you related to him?
No, ma'am.
What was your association with Pabojang before that taking over that date?
I have no association with Paboja.
Did you have anything to do with him before that date?
No.
What's your connection to General Badjie, Suleiman Badjie?
General Badjie, there's a working relationship.
Are you related by blood or marriage?
No.
What do you mean by working relationship?
Working relationship is because he's at the State House and I'm the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency and he's in charge of the State House. So anytime I'm going there, I have to go through him to go in. That's the only relationship that we have.
Okay. Can you tell us about the ex-president's properties?
Who?
The ex-president, Yahya Jammeh.
Yes.
His properties.
His properties, I have no idea.
You've never represented or transacted any property for him?
No, no ma'am.
What about General Badjie?
No.
Were you present when Tony Gattas was handing over?
No.
Tony Gattas also handed over to Warrenjai. Were you present?
No, I was not present for that one.
Was General Badjie present?
I
did
don't know.
General Badjie ever give you instructions concerning APAM or KGI?
No, no ma'am.
Did you visit Kanilai? Kanilai?
Kanilai village?
Yes.
Yes ma'am.
Where do you come from?
Originally I came from Badjie in Fonyi.
Okay. Which district is that?
It's West Coast.
Which district? Fonyi
Councillor.
Fonyi Councillor.
Yes.
That's the same district as Kanilai.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell us about Kanilai?
Kanilai, I didn't know
the
Kanilai.
Properties on Kanilai?
Huh?
The properties on Kanilai.
No, I didn't know any properties in Kanilai.
You don't know any properties?
No.
But you visited, what did you visit?
I visited Kanilai when there's occasions. Then I go there.
There was a property at Bijilo where we understand from the evidence before this commission that the Green Boys were staying. Was that property under your jurisdiction as Director General of NIA?
No, there's no property under my jurisdiction.
There is no property under your jurisdiction?
No.
There are no properties assigned to the NIA by the President?
No.
No properties lent to the NIA by the President?
No, I cannot recall it.
Mr. Badjie, you are on the oath?
Yes.
Were there any properties occupied by the NIA? Let me rephrase, occupied by the NIA which belong to the ex-president?
Yes, there's one property that was not occupied because that is a Dunes Hotel.
Dunes Hotel?
Yes, we send guards there to guard.
Okay. NIA sent guards there to guard the property?
Yes.
Okay. What was in the property?
What was in the property?
Yes.
There are rooms, and the rooms were furnished, and there was chairs and tables.
Okay. Why did you send guards there?
To guard there because...
who asked you to do that?
The President.
Okay. What other property?
I think I didn't take the inventory. There are people who took the inventory, but...
There are people who took inventory.
But I know is the rooms were furnished with beds and chairs, and that was it, because the reception, there's nothing there.
Apart from Dunes Hotel, what other property was lent to you by the President for,
no,
or you guarded on behalf of the President?
No, there's none.
Okay, what about the President's companies? Which of his companies did you have anything to do with?
No, no, ma'am.
Kanilai Family Farms?
No.
Did you ever do anything regarding Kanilai Family Farms?
No, ma'am.
All right. No further questions for this witness.
Mr. Badjie, do you know Babukar Sanyang?
Babukar Sanyang? Yes, I know him.
In what way?
Which Babukar Sanyang? Sorry.
Former MD of Gamtel?
Yes, I know him.
Okay. Do you have a relationship with him? Like what I mean, related? Or is it working relationship?
I just know him, but there is no working relationship that we We have, and we are not related also.
So you just know him?
Yeah.
So you're acquaintances?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Badjie?
Badjie also I know him.
In what way?
I just know him. The way I know Baukar Sanya.
Again, just acquaintances?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, just one question I'd like to ask Mr. Badjie. Mr. Badjie, what was your role in the APRC party? APRC?
APRC party?
Yes.
No, I have no role to play in the APRC party.
Why were you interested in accompanying a donation for to young General Badjie?
I just facilitate their way to State House.
Do you attend party meetings?
Party meetings? Sometimes.
Okay. Did you hold any funds? Did you hold any funds for the party?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome.
Mr. Badjie, in terms of the international gateway,
yes,
did you have any coverage responsibility towards the international gateway?
No.
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 You didn't collaborate with any acquaintance or somebody with whom you had working relationship in dealing with the international gateway?
No, no, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Badjie. You may go now.
Thank you.
Please make sure you take your documents. You have your documents? Okay, thank you. Mr. Chairman, we have a witness waiting, Mr. Badjie Balde. We need to connect the witness. I'm wondering whether meanwhile we can take another witness. Is it possible whilst you are connecting? Okay. Did you say it's possible? I can call another witness whilst you are connecting Mr. Badjie Balde. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Commissioners, I recall Alaji Conte for continuation of cross-examination whilst Mr. Badjie Balde is being connected.
And this one is a more comprehensive offer than
Correct. Correct.
than the one contained in MS 250.
Yeah.
Mr. Graham,
Well, they said they will explore the possibility,
explore the possibility,
not actually express intent
but
to
they
rest.
did show interest by this very paragraph. They showed interest.
Yeah, they showed interest.
Yes.
But no.
Now let's look at MS 251. It is correct that MS 251 is the final offer from Cordial.
Yes, correct.
And this one is a more comprehensive offer than
Correct. Correct.
than the one contained in MS 250.
Yeah.
Mr. Graham, it is also correct that on the 13th of August 2013, Social Security rejected and wrote to or rejected the offer.
Well, they said they will explore the possibility,
Explore the possibility,
not actually express intent
but
to
they
rest.
did show interest by this very paragraph. They showed interest.
Yeah, they showed interest.
Yes.
But no.
Now let's look at MS 251. It is correct that MS 251 is the final offer from Cordial.
Yes, correct.
And this one is a more comprehensive offer than
Correct. Correct.
the one contained in MS 250.
Yeah.
Mr. Graham, it is also correct that on the 13th of August 2013, Social Security rejected and wrote to or rejected the offer from Cordial and then
Correct.
wrote to them
Correct.
informing them of this rejection.
Correct.
If you see that letter, would you be able to recognize it?
Yes, I will.
Mr. Chairman, this letter is from the Social Security file, Volume 6.
Yes, this is the letter.
Mr. Chairman, I apply to tender the letter written on behalf of Cordial by Ida D. Drame and Associates. Sorry, my apologies. I apply to tender the letter headed Letter of Intent dated 13th August 2013 addressed to Ida D. Drame and Associates from Social Security. Oh, that's fine.
Letter dated 13th August 2013, Ref. Ref SSHFC stroke G stroke 5513 stroke vol 6 stroke brackets 48, responding to exhibit MS251 and conveying refusal of cordial Canarias' offer in respect of Ocean Bay Hotel. Admitted mark MS252.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, once marked, can MS252 be provided or given to Mr. Graham? Sorry, Mr. Chairman. I want to make reference to MS252. If I might crave the indulgence of Madam Secretary to hand it over to, that's your copy, please, to Mr. Graham. The poor mark. Mr. Graham.
Yes, please.
Let me read the second paragraph. And let me read the second paragraph of MS252. And I'll ask my question. After a careful study of your client's proposal, management concluded that the proposal falls short of the desired expected return on the Ocean Bay investment management. Therefore, on the Ocean Bay investment, management therefore resolved with much hesitation to decline your client's offer. Now, your corporation had declined the offer made by, the final offer made by Cordial via the letter of intent marked MS251. That's the final offer. And the reason I see here is it falls short of the desired expected return. Now let me ask you this. What was the desired expected return on the Ocean Bay investment?
Now, we were desirous of three things. One, we wanted someone or a company who will refurbish the sagging roof, which was dangerously hanging, sagging, and to do the general refurbishment. And that's number one. Number two, that company should do it on the basis of a long-term loan to Social Security, which should be loan, interest-free loan. And number four, where the company, the deductions of this against this loan should not be 100% of the monthly rent that is paid to Social Security. So at least we wanted something, because the hotel has been operating for over 12 years, nothing coming whatsoever. Instead, we put an additional 200 million there. So what we wanted is somebody who will do the renovation, do the refurbishment, and at the same time take part of the rent against that, which will not attract interest, and the balance should be paid to us monthly. These are our desire.
Yes, but if you look at the final offer from Cordial, marked MS251, do you have that before you?
Yes, I do.
The second page, paragraph F. Cordial offered to spend 450,000 euros on the refurbishment of the hotel and the repair of the roof. They went ahead to also state that they would also commit to invest at least 4% of its yearly turnover in the refurbishment of the hotel. And this they pegged at around 100,000 euros. So this was a commitment from Cordial. Apart from spending the 450,000 euros to repair the roof and the refurbishment of the hotel, the 100,000 euros they were going to commit to spend on the hotel was for free. They were not asking for it back. Look at the offer. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree.
Now tell me why you don't agree.
First of all,
we are looking at the offer from Cordial, yes.
Yep. I don't agree. First of all, just a slight correction there.
Yes.
On the first page, on the third paragraph of that offer,
yes,
if you go to the last but second line,
yes,
the last three words, it stated at least euro 450,000.
yes,
I'll get back to that.
yes.
Now, they said that they are going to do the renovation.
Yes.
Fine. And they are going to spend at least 450,000 euros. If you go to the second page of that same letter, under A,
Yes, I'm looking at A.
they said that they are going to take it for 10 years and they will do 5 years. That was the certainty, 5 years.
Yes.
After 5 years, they will decide whether to go on or not to go on. So the certainty we have there is 5 years. Now, if you go to F, on that same letter, you go under F, that's where they said that they will do 450,000 euros at least, and then they're going to say that they will do it in arrears.
Where does it say in arrears?
There, on the F.
Please show me.
Euro 10,000 doing that. Euro 10,000 doing that. Yeah, it's under G. Sorry, G. The agreed rental will be paid monthly in arrears.
Sorry, G is talking about monthly rent. It's not talking about the 450,000 you said. Yes.
I will not. I just want to bring the point before I come to that, whatever.
Yes. No,
they said they are going to pay.
You said it was under F, that they were going to pay, they were going to expend this money in arrears. I am saying, show me where in F it states that.
Sorry, it was G. They said they are going to do
it. But G states the agreed rent. That is rent. That is the monthly rent. It's not talking about the 450,000 euros that was going to be spent.
G is talking about that. I will get that.
Okay,
if you allow me to land, please.
Enlighten us.
Yeah. Now, they said they are going to pay this in arrears, their monthly rent in arrears. Now, on the G, it is stated that the 5 years was divided into two parts. under bullet point number 2, the second bullet point, is divided into 2 parts. One for year 1 to 4, that is month 1 to 45, and then the next 12 months. Am I right? Is there under bullet point 2?
Yes, that's
under G, bullet point 2.
bullet point 2.
Yeah.
Euro 10,000 during each of the following 45 months. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Yes.
10,000 euros times 4 times 45 is 450,000 euros. If you go back to F, when they say that they are going to invest euro 400,000 of the contract term, it means that they are going to spend upfront. They are going to spend 450,000 at least, but they are going to take it upfront from the rent. That's what it means. It does not mean that they are going to do it free of charge. If a Spanish guy has come in and said that they are going to do that free of charge, I will go to the geological department to check what is in that hotel.
Yes.
So this one was clear. It was 450,000 will be invested of the contract rent. That's what they are talking about.
Now, what about the euro 100,000 they were going to spend every year?
In the following years.
Yes.
That's why I told you that for certainty, they said 5 years. And they said after 5 years, under A, after 5 years, they say they will decide whether to go on or not to go on. So there is no certainty.
But Mr. Graham,
after the 5 years.
You could not have concluded at that time that they were not going to take it for another 5 years after the expiration of the first 5 years.
It was clear. There is no certainty. As a finance person,
there's no certainty.
Under prudence concept, I will not.
There's no certainty. Does not mean that they were not going to take it.
No, but the certainty was they are going to take it for 5 years. That was clear under A. They are going to take it for 5 years, and then it was clear under that very A that they are going to decide whether to take it or not to take it. And we have looked at it with F and G, where they are going to do it. They are going to spend 450,000 euros of the contract rent, which means that's why they under G they divided. Even though it's 5 years, they divided into 1 year, 1 to 4 years. That is in month 1 to 45. They divided it to show, to buttress the fact that that 450,000 euros was not free of charge.
Yes.
It was going towards the repairs or the refurbishment of the hotel.
What about the 100,000 euros?
100,000 euros, they say in following years.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. Those following
that was
years,
going to be free of charge.
No. The following years.
Yes.
How can we as a finance person base our decision on something that is not certain? They said they will do it or not do it. They are free.
No, but
you cannot hold them. And what is holding them?
That they could have been tied down with this in any future agreement.
What else?
That is the 100,000 euros.
No, they cannot be tied down because
no, what I'm saying is,
no, they cannot be tied down because they said they were clear that after the 5 years they will decide.
They will decide.
Yes, they will decide. That
but it doesn't mean that you could not have known that they will not take it for another 5 years.
We cannot hold them responsible. As a finance person, we cannot budget on that. In taking financial decision, we cannot budget. We cannot take uncertainty to budget for certainty. We cannot do that because they said that they will decide. And what created the suspicion there was that under the third paragraph on page 1, they said at least, that's where I'm coming now, at least euro 450,000. Now they're saying at least, not the maximum. As a finance person, they have given us the minimum.
Yes.
Now, when you go under A, if they say that, under G, they say that they are going to invest. In other words, they are going to take upfront the 4 years. Upfront, we are not going to get anything for 4 years. On the 12th year, the 5th year, the 12th month, they said they are going to increase to 22,000 euros. Now, if this will come on the 5th year, they said that, look, we have said that we are going to spend the refurbishment. We thought that the refurbishment was going to be 450,000 euros. But actually, the refurbishment is 690,000 euros. What are we going to say? And they can easily say that 250,000 euros for the 5th year it's been consumed in refurbishment, so we don't owe you anything. You remember, they said they are going to pay in arrears. After they use it in arrears, they are going to tell us now, we have spent 690.
Yes.
What is
I think that this was just based on speculation.
It's not speculation, it's clear.
Yes.
Well, when your landed friends are writing, finance people look in between, read in between the lines. Because they said on the third paragraph, the last but second line, at least, they did not give us the maximum, at least euro 450,000, which means they can spend more than 450,000. And these people, they have said that they are going to take this hotel for 5 years. After 5 years, they will decide. So in 5 years, they can come up and say that we spent 690,000, so we don't owe you anything. And furthermore, we don't want the hotel anymore. We decided not to take the hotel anymore.
Then again, after 5 years, they could have come back and say, we'll take it for another 5 years.
Pardon?
Then again, after 5 years, they could have come back and said, we'll take it for another 5 years.
That's the uncertainty.
At 22,000 euros.
That's the uncertainty which finance person, we cannot budget on that. We cannot take uncertainty. We cannot, prudence concept will not allow us to base our decision on something that is uncertain. So coming back to my word, coming back to what we were saying about the decision, there was no certainty in this. There were a lot of loopholes there, which these people can escape from. Because one, the number of years were not certain. The only certainty we have is 5 years.
Now, let me ask you.
The money we are looking for.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Graham.
Pardon?
Was OP, Office of the President, aware of this offer from Cordial?
No. Well, as far as I'm concerned, they were not.
Okay. Now, but by this time, that is going on the date of the letter from your former corporation, the 13th August. This was the time or the day Cordial's offer was rejected.
Yes, please.
By this time, it is correct that your corporation was already talking to BP Investment Group.
I can't remember because I know their offer came on the 19th or 20 or 21.
You cannot remember?
No.
Now, take a look at this letter, please. From your corporation, dated the 13th August 2013, the very day the offer from Cordial was rejected.
Okay.
Please.
Council, let me just interject. Mr. Graham?
Yes, please.
The conclusions you were making regarding risk and certainty in respect of those clauses in the contract, were they made in consultation with management and a lawyer, corporate counsel?
No.
Or was it just entirely management's interpretation? Why did you not include a lawyer's input? After all, it was drafted by learned friends. You could have sought their clear interpretation rather than just take it to be entirely financial.
We asked them,
You sought them?
Yeah.
And they gave,
the rent,
they gave you advice on record?
No, not the Cordial people.
No, I'm talking about Social Security Council.
Yeah.
Did you seek legal counsel on the interpretation of the risks in those clauses of the contract? It wasn't an entirely financial decision, right?
Well, to that point, at that point, we don't need the legal advice at that point.
You didn't need legal advice?
No, at that point.
To interpret those clauses?
No, we didn't, because it was very clear. The financial side was very clear. The amount stated was very clear. We did not need to pay money to a legal officer to tell us.
No, you already had outside counsel who comes to your service when you request. So that's what I'm saying. When you have a contract, the least you can do is to send it to them and get their opinion.
That's the final contract we'll send to them. After we've done all the financial side of it, finally we will send them for them to do the crimming, to do check the loopholes, the legal loopholes.
So the answer is you didn't?
We didn't, no.
That's good, thanks.
Yes, please, yeah.
You recognize the letter?
Yes, I do.
Yes. May I apply to tender the letter entitled Letter of Intent dated the 13th August 2013 addressed to the principal BP Investment Group by Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation.
Yankuba is ready. A letter of intent dated 13th August 2013, written by Managing Director SSHFC, Ref SSHFC stroke G stroke 55B stroke volume 6 stroke brackets 49 to the principal BP Investment Group concerning counter offer to BPI's offer relating to Ocean Bay Hotel Cape Point. Admitted marked MS253.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Sorry, have you got a long way to go? Because we now have to revert to the other witness.
Yes, unfortunately, we do have a long way to go.
You have a long way to go.
Mr. Graham was the then managing director of the corporation, and everything went through him.
Okay, we'll be back. Well, we'll be back at 2:30. So if you wish to continue with this witness,
very well,
we can carry on. All right?
Very well.
Very well.
We'll continue. Yes, we shall continue. That is, if we are given an opportunity to continue. Yes. But I stand guided by the honorable commissioners, whether we will be given the time to continue. I stand guided.
Yes. So
I ask this because so that I can inform the witness whether he can go home or stay.
Well, we'll try 2:30.
We are grateful.
All right.
Thank you.
Very well. You may go, Mr. Graham, until 2:30.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So, what do you think now?
Permission to take our leave.
Extra bonanza.
Extra bonanza.